let's go right into the beginning, the main event of the evening. We had Arman Tsarukyan versus I almost called him Christoph Giagos for some reason. Dude, I'm like still asleep. I'm going to be honest, guys. I'm a little hungover this morning, so if I sound a little under the weather, that's why. Mateusz Gamrot, the disrespect by me. Dude, this was incredible.
Yeah, that's a really good fight.
Cardio was absolutely off the chain for both of these men because, like, the scrambles, the transitions, the shots, the pace they were putting on each other, like, I was thoroughly entertained from start to finish. And I'm going to be honest, like, a lot of those rounds, I was like, those were very hard rounds for me to judge. I would say that I think the judges probably got the right decision. You know, I did feel like Gamrot especially won the fourth and fifth. First three, they're so close, man. Like, yeah. I don't think either of these men lose any stock in that.
No. I mean, they were both 11 and 12 in this division. And not only that, but this fight, as you brought up, was absolutely incredible. These guys were going back and forth, and I totally agree with you. It was really hard to score for me. Like, I watched this whole fight, and I was thinking, damn, dude, I think it might be 2-2 going into the fifth, and I thought Gamrot did enough in that fifth round to win it. All three judges had the same scorecard, 48-47 for Gamrot, unanimous decision. So I liked it.
Yeah,
I thought it was a great main event and lived up to the hype. And neither one of these guys' stock, drop, in my opinion. I think Tsarukyan's an awesome fighter. I think he did lose that fight, but it was extremely close, man. You still got to give him a top 15 guy.
And you saw the devastation on his face, too, when the judges read the scorecards. He was like, are you shitting me? He thought for sure he had that in the bag.
Well, it's so hard in this lightweight division just to crack the top 15, and then when you lose to a top 15 or a top 10, I guess they were 11 and 12, so top 15, it could be huge and detrimental to your career. And you could absolutely see the devastation on his face. But I think Tsarukyan's a wonderful fighter, and I'd still like to see him fight maybe the loser of that Brad Riddell fight against Jalen Turner this weekend. That's a really good matchup. Dan Hooker, too, has been on a bit of a skid.
Oh, let's not do that to Dan.
I know. But
Tsarukyan's a savage, dude. But let's talk about Gamrot. He did get the victory. Yes. How impressive is Gamrot's ground game? Because coming into this fight last week, neither of us were saying Gamrot was going to have the advantage on the ground, but he absolutely did in this fight. And it's incredible to say because Tsarukyan, that's his bread and butter. That's what we all know him for. But Tsarukyan was outstriking Gamrot in a lot of those exchanges. It was just total 180 role reversal there, in my opinion, because I was saying last week, Gamrot's going to have the striking advantage, Tsarukyan's going to have the grappling advantage, and it was the absolute opposite of that.
Well, I think both these guys are kind of dark horses in this division where no one really even talks about them. But, I mean, let's get something straight here. Mateusz Gamrot is now 21-1 in his mixed martial arts professional career. I mean, that is extremely hard to do. This is Tsarukyan's, this is only his third loss in his professional career. He is now sitting at 18-3. Both these guys are top-notch, top-dog fighters. And I agree with you. Like, I think that was very surprising to see just how good Gamrot was and how well-rounded he looked in that octagon, especially going 5 hard rounds. I was really blown away with the cardio from both these guys. So, again, a really good main event, and I'm excited for both their futures. As far as Gamrot's concerned, again, it's really hard to crack that top 10. After getting a defeat over number 11, you kind of got to give him a top 10. You do have that Fiziev fight coming up very soon. I forget who is Fiziev fighting? RDA, yes.
Yeah.
So you could do the loser of that. Obviously, Gamrot's not going to get a McGregor or a Ferguson, probably not. Though I'd like to see that Gamrot versus Ferguson. I think Gamrot would smoke Ferguson, unfortunately. But again, it's like Tony's still in the top 10. He's got to fight. He's got to fight some of these savages. You know what a great fight is, though, for Tony Ferguson, not to get too off the rails here, but I like to see Dan Hooker, Tony Ferguson.
Absolutely. I absolutely agree with that because both those men need wins. You also have Michael Chandler there. Like, is Michael Chandler going to get the Conor McGregor fight at 170? That's obviously what he wants. That's what he's calling out. If people are speculating whether that happens or not. It'd almost be a damn shame because there's so much news going on with, like, Nate Diaz going on right now. Like, he only got one fight left in his on his contract, and they're kind of just, like, slow playing him for some reason. Yeah. If we don't get a Conor McGregor Nate Diaz 3, it'd be a damn shame, in my opinion. So that leaves Michael Chandler open. I wouldn't mind seeing Gamrot Chandler. I wouldn't mind seeing Gamrot called out Justin Gaethje. I mean, yeah, number 3 in the world. Does Gamrot really deserve that? Probably not. No. But Justin Gaethje should fight down. I mean, should it be a top 5 matchup? Probably. Give another guy a chance. Like,
Yeah, sure.
maybe like Justin Gaethje, Islam, if they didn't want to just give Islam the shot.
Yeah.
It's weird. It depends. Like, I wouldn't be shocked if they went, hey, Justin, fight Gamrot.
Yeah.
Because he deserves a big matchup. And it's just the problem is this lightweight division is the diva division. A lot of these guys are going to say no. Let's be real. So it's going to be very difficult for Gamrot to get
we don't
get a
even know.
fight.
Like, so they're obviously prepping this lightweight division for Islam Makhachev versus Charles Oliveira for the vacant. And I put that in quotation marks because we all know Charles Oliveira is the champion at 155.
Bullshit.
Yeah, it is bullshit that they stripped his belt for a half pound. But hey, whatever, it is what it is. Rules are rules. They must not be broken.
It is what it is.
Rules are meant
But
to be
nonetheless,
broken.
he is still my champion, unquestionably here. But they're doing that. So we got to ask this question: where does that leave Beneil Dariush here in this lightweight division?
I have no idea. Like,
and not only that, but they're absolutely disrespecting him. Not to cut you off here, but they just dropped him down to 6 in the rankings. Yeah, did you
Who
notice
jumped
that
him?
too?
For what?
Who jumped him? So Michael Chandler jumped him.
Yeah.
And then Gaethje for some reason is still top 3, even though he just. Yeah, I don't understand this. But yeah, no. They pushed him down from 4 to 6. So I don't know. Weird.
Yeah, I don't know. Are they going to do Beneil versus Islam? Like, that's the question, really, because I think they
'cause
should just do
they're
Charles
working.
Islam.
Yeah, they're working on Charles Islam, and that's the fight I want to see. I mean, realistically, but with them doing that fight, which I agree with, that's fine. Give me Islam versus Charles. I love that matchup. But Beneil Dariush has got to get a number 1 contender, bro. I mean, this guy's won, 7, 8 fights in a row. At some point, we got to get this guy the respect he deserves.
Dustin Poirier.
And, well, that's fine with me. Poirier's a great
Poirier's
fight.
moving up to 170. The problem is we have divas now in this lightweight division that have all had their title shots and say no to fights and only want to fight Conor, essentially. So
Which puts Beneil Dariush in a really hard spot.
It's
like he
fucking
just
so
wants a
rough.
shot at the belt.
it's rough, man. It sucks to be a lightweight right now in this UFC division, especially because we don't have a fucking quote unquote don't have a champion. You know what I'm saying? So
you are right. So let me go through this list real quick, okay? Dustin, title shot. Justin, Gaethje, title shot already. Chandler, title shot already. All of those guys want to fight Conor. You know they do.
And
Maybe
every
not
single
so much Dustin because he already has twice, but you know he would take that trilogy if they paid him well for it.
And if every single one of those guys got offered a Gamrot, that hey, Gamrot, he's the guy we need to move. We need fresh blood in the division. Fight this guy. Let's see if he's a top 5 guy. Every single one of them say no.
Absolutely.
He needs to work his way up. He needs to take a better fight, and then maybe I'll fight him. It's like, dude, you're that fight.
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
Well, then I really think the only 2 guys in this top 10 who are willing to take on is probably RDA and Rafael Fiziev, but they're fighting each other.
And exactly.
You know what
and
I'm
the
saying?
winner of that fight is going to go, I ain't fighting Gamrot. He's got to fight someone else to deserve me. And it's like, guys, this doesn't make any fucking sense anymore.
I do agree. This is the diva division. This lightweight division is so hard because you have a mega superstar that everyone wants to fight. So they're all like sitting out being like, I'm not taking this fight because I want to fight Conor. And it's like, bro, Conor's just, again, I just wish Conor would like just retire.
Just fuck off.
Just please, for the betterment of the sport, and again, here's the thing: like Conor has done so much for the sport, man. He has brought so many eyeballs, and like, dude, he's a legend because of it, unquestionably. And I'm not here to just troll Conor because he has done so much for the sport, and I respect it. But at some point, like, I want to see these top guys just fight for belts. You know, fight for championship, fight for legacy. And, like, all they want to do, it seems like, in this lightweight division right now, at least in the top 5 or 6, is just fight Conor. Outside of, like, Islam, who obviously wants to fight for the belt. Charles just wants to fight for the belt. But it's like everyone's got to have Conor's name in their mouth constantly. And it's just like, let's just get this division rolling, you know? But again, everyone's got their title shots, and they've lost those title shots. So, like, they don't care. They just want the money fight, which I get, too. And I don't think there's like a villain in this situation. It just sucks.
Yeah. I think Conor is good for the sport. He just needs to get out of the lightweight division. He's bad for the lightweight division. Go fuck off and set 170.
Go to exactly.
Just
go to
fight
welterweight.
Nate
That's
Diaz.
fine with me.
Go fight Colby. You got big fights you can make at 170.
And that's
Jorge
the thing.
Masvidal.
Yes, go up to 170, Conor. Because honestly, like I like to watch Conor McGregor fight. Like, again, superstar. It's a big event. There's a very like electric feeling when Conor's on a card, you know, headlining a pay-per-view event. Like, it's a big deal. Go up to 170. You got great matchups. You got the Diaz trilogy, which will probably never come to fruition, unfortunately. But you also have Jorge Masvidal for the BMF belt. Did you see Jorge Masvidal came out and said he would put the BMF belt on the line if Conor McGregor signed the contract? I like that matchup, dude. I love it. I think it's fun.
What do you guys think about, like, it seems apparent that we're not going to see Diaz versus McGregor 3 or anything like that.
Yeah.
What if instead of that outside they do a boxing match?
Well, Dana said that would probably be good for Nate. He needs to take that fight with Jake Paul.
Yeah, I'm saying what if we see
Conor and Nate?
As a boxing match, we start seeing boxing matches with these guys because they would make way more money than they would in the UFC.
Yeah, I
do
just
we
don't
think that's possible or no?
I just don't want to see it, if I'm being honest. I just don't want to see a boxing matchup between those two. I want to see the trilogy worked out in the octagon, you know? There's something about mixed martial arts that I just like so much more than boxing. I do enjoy watching boxing occasionally, especially, you know, Tyson Fury, maybe one of the greatest heavyweights to ever live. Like, it's been fun watching all his fights, but I'm just an MMA guy at heart, dude. I like MMA way more than boxing.
Absolutely. Absolutely echo that entire sentiment. Let's get back onto the main event. We're going on a bit of a tangent here, but I totally enjoyed that conversation because it needed to be said. Like, Gamrot's in a hard position right here.
Very hard.
Because there's not a lot of guys that are going to say yes. Yeah. He might even have to fight down. So I don't know what's going to happen, but, like, this man is the real fucking deal. And he needs to be respected in this division because I really do think if you throw Gamrot against a lot of these top guys, he probably takes them down. And he might not outstrike a Justin Gaethje. He might not outstrike a Michael Chandler. He might not outstrike a Dustin Poirier, but he could definitely take them down and dominate them on the fucking ground.
Well, and he definitely proved that his cardio's there for 5 rounds.
Absolutely.
And he can go hard. He can win those championship rounds as well. And that's a huge thing when you want to start fighting these top 5, top 7 guys. So, I mean, he has proved it with this fight.
Absolutely. Give a quick shout out to the chats. Cosmo, thank you so much for showing up. Tsarukyan is only 25, though. He's got time to develop and build back up. Conor's real value now is super fights, not contending for fights. Also, shout out to Zaid Magomed, my bad. Lacked the finish for 5-round match. He also said, let's go. It was a very, very close fight, guys. We had a lot of fun watching this main event. Let's get into church coin bets, Mason. So I put 2,000 church coin on Gamrot on a plus 200, and he did come through for me with that, and I got a 4,000 church coin return. My prop bet was also on Gamrot unanimous decision, which was a plus 475, which is crazy in my opinion. 250 church coin on that, and I got 1,187.
Yeah, that was a good prop bet this week, Tabor. A really good one. I mean, you hit on that. That was nice. For me, I put 1,000 church coin on Gamrot. Got a return to 2,000 at a plus 200 underdog. And then I hedged a little bit, put 100 on a Tsarukyan sub. Didn't see much of that. Did lose that. So.